with the car. Man, it's can really be confusing, isn't it? Ah, right. Let's try this again. Oh. Hi everybody. Wow, I really need an haircut. Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. Right, I do apologize if I look a little bit sleepy. I just woke up from night shifts, and we're just gonna finish this off. So the car today. So this is so the video today. Right, let's gonna start again. Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. Right, the car today is on this 2011 Mercedes S-Class. This particular model is the S350 long wheelbase, and the chassis on this is the W221. And right, so this is basically the continuation, or I would say more the closure, for this video that you might have seen already. And I was not to record this bit, to be fair with you, because of the way I terminated the other video. But I just thought, you know, I would do the recording. Why not? At least we will put some closure to this, if you will. But I'm gonna refer to this other video, this one, probably several times throughout this one. And I'm not gonna be able to stress enough for you guys to watch the other video, so then everything I'm gonna do here, it makes a little bit more sense. Otherwise, if you just watch this video, you will make sense on its own, but some of the stuff I'm gonna talk about it might does not make sense unless you watch the other video. Right, so what's the issue with this car? So this car came to me with 3 different issues. On the other video, we sorted pretty much the 3 of them, if you will. But the issue for this video, which was one of the issues with the car. Man, it's can really be confusing, isn't it? Ah, right. Let's try this again. So this car came to me with 3 different issues, which we pretty much solved them all on the first video. Although this particular issue, we kind of did not. So when I was asked to initially look at this car, one of the issues was that randomly the radio would stop working. And on these on this screen here that I will show you later, these used to come up. With that device unavailable, and you would lose all the radio stations, and you would lose the sound. So even if you try to play sound through the CD or any other media, no sound, and that device unavailable would stay on the dash on the screen. Would not stay for too long. The guy said to me it was quite random. Sometimes would happen, would stay there for a few seconds and then would go away. Sometimes would stay for a little bit longer. It was very random. Sometimes would happen a few times within the first 10-15 minutes of starting the car. Some other times it didn't. And some of this information I only found at a later stage. But yeah, apparently that's how it used to happen. So when on the other video, and I explained that on the other video actually, when I was initially asked to look at these, the guy said to me, look, the radio it happens very random, so don't worry too much if that's too much work, or if it's too expensive or whatever. Don't spend too much time on it. But the other issues, please fix them. I said, okay, no problem. So we did what we did on the other video, and to be fair, I think I nailed the problem. I think I fixed it. I might be wrong, but I think I fixed. And if you watched the other video, if you didn't, please go there. if you are having these issues for device unavailable, go watch the other video, links in the description below. Watch that video entirely and you'll see what I've done, and you'll be able to see, or not to see, because at that point I didn't really show you, but I explain you the difference between the before, what the module was doing before the repair I've done, and after the repair I've done. And based on that different behavior of the module, I was pretty much convinced I fixed it. But when I rang the guy to pick up the car, and I told him, look, so X and Y is fixed, the issue with the radio, I said, look, I've done X, Y, and Z, but actually, I'm lying now. I'm lying, because initially, I've just cleaned the contacts, put everything back together, and that was it. Then when I told him to pick up the car, as I mentioned on the other video, maybe I charged way less than he initially thought. He asked me, oh, but can you not open the module, maybe see if you can fix it? And I said, look, it's very difficult, unless there's something really visual inside that is burned or whatever. It's going to be very difficult for me to find anything, because the module is working. So it's difficult to find a problem when there is no problem. But the guy insisted for me to have a quick look, blah, blah, blah. And then I've done the repair that you're going to see, or you have seen on the other video. If you haven't, again, go there and watch it. And I was convinced I was fixed. But when on the following day, when I rang the guy to tell him what I've done, I explained everything. The guy just goes, he said, oh, but so you don't know if he's 100% fixed? I said, look, I can't. You're going to have to take the car. I said, look, I've been here turning the car on and off a few times, and the car never did anything, but you're going to have to take the car and drive it for a few days and see what happens. He asked me, what was the price of that module? On eBay, this particular part number was not a single one available from the UK. Surely there is probably other modules that are available, that are compatible with this, but I didn't search too much. But I rang Mercedes, and Mercedes wanted £379 plus VAT, and then they would give you a £60 discount if you would take the old module. So I told that to the guy. I said, look, if you really want this fixed, get a new module. So I told him the price on Mercedes, and literally straight away he said, can you take that module out? I will pick it up and I'll get you a new one. And I said, look, if that's what you want, that's what you want. So he dropped me the module yesterday. So I removed the original module, and we have here the new module. This module is I'll have to go and have a look, and just to confirm, I'll put a picture here somewhere. I'm under the impression that these, as you can see there, so this is the module, you can see in there, this is a Q1, and I'm pretty sure the original was a Q2, which basically means, or not basically means, the only difference with Q1 and Q2 is that I would not be able to program this module by just read the data from the old module and put on the new one, because if they are from a different Q, I'm not sure what that Q means. Don't know if it's some sort of hardware or software difference. I'm not 100% sure, but Star highlights the fact that if they are from a different Q, transfer the data from one module to the next might does not work and might actually cause issues. So I would not be able to do that anyway, but I don't have the original module now. The original module is gone, so we'll have to do this kind of manually, if you will. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to program this module to this car, and I think it's going to be very similar to that other S-Class. I think it was the S320. That was on his video here, if you guys remember that one. So I think the procedure is going to be pretty much the same. I believe I used Star at the time as well, because the subscription on the Maxi Scissor is already run out, and it's still run out. I really need to get it up to date, but it's not that cheap. But anyway, so we're going to use Star to do this, and that's it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to install the module, get the start, get everything ready, and then we'll proceed with the programming. But again, guys, if you're having these unavailable unavailable, no, device unavailable issue, watch my other video and try what I've tried in there, because again, I was quite convinced that if the problem was not fixed, at least something changed. But I was quite convinced that probably we might have fixed the problem by replacing those components. So yeah, watch the other video, and yeah, that's it. So 7 minutes and 40 seconds talking, that's enough, guys. So that's the story laid out for you, and now it's gonna go. Let's gonna get this done. Okay, so the new module is now installed, and I do have already the battery charging. So there it is, the battery is charging, and I'm not sure. Okay, so let's kind of see what happens when I turn the ignition on. Okay. Okay, came up with something. Okay, I have no sound at the moment. Okay, so let me turn this off. Okay, so okay, I have no sound. Although that's playing, I have no sound whatsoever. Okay, so he came up with some other radios. Yeah, but I have literally I have no sound whatsoever. So let me show you. So no sound. So the reason, guys, why when this was losing radio stations and sound, why both would go at the same time, is because the tuner is actually part of the amplifier. So that module that we just installed is the amplifier that puts the sounds to the speakers, but is also the tuner. So the tuner is built into the same module. So obviously when the other module was failing, everything would just shut off. So yeah, so we're gonna load all the software and all that good stuff, and then we're gonna give it a go. Okay, pretty much ready to go. Just highlight the fact that I've just noticed now the part numbers on the module are actually different. So this part number on this module is different from the original module. It is a higher part number, so I guess this part number superseded the other one. But there we go, it's just what it is. So this is your landing screen on the DAS once you are all logged in, etc. And we're gonna go quickly to control units. That's what we need. We're gonna go, I believe this is information and communication, and then audio, navigation and telematics. I still kind of remember this. That goes into diagnosis mode. We'll just press OK on there. Let's see if we can put sound on this thing again. Now we're gonna go to tuner. Okay. So let's gonna go to fault codes, events, no, just fault codes. There's a current or start. I don't know why he came up with that. To be fair with you, we shouldn't come up with that. Just strange that he's not coming up with a... Okay, it's just strange that it doesn't come up with a initial startup not done. Really strange. So let's gonna go to initial startup. with takeover settings. No, we're gonna have to do one there. So that's if you have the other module working. Actually, let's gonna do one thing here before we do this. Let's gonna do that just in case. Nah, I still have no sound. Definitely no sound. Okay, so I think was not this. It's gonna do an initial startup. Now, the reason why we go to the hard disk, see if there's a new software available for this. I don't know if the reason why Mercedes takes the old modules back, I don't know if it's to really? So maybe this module is as far as it allows me to progress. Yeah, that's fine. Don't know if they refurbish these modules, and maybe this is actually a used module that's been repaired. Not 100% sure what Mercedes does with these used modules that they take back. So I'm gonna let it to do it, so we're not here just filling the video with nothing really. So I'm gonna let it to step. Okay, there we go. So now we are going somewhere. So because he hasn't found a software, it just tells me to progress now manually. Okay, so let me see. I think it's Europe, to be fair with you. It says Europe. I'm pretty sure it's Europe. I'm pretty sure it's Europe. And DSP, something DSP S class 221. Yeah, that's correct. So if he's not changed, why I have no sound? Okay. Okay, and this is not going very well. So first of all, I ran out of space on my phone, so I had to delete a few clips, etc, etc. But second, I think they sent me a faulty module. And I know it's a big call to call. It's not an easy call to say that a brand new module is faulty, but look, every single time I come here, so I've checked the coding, blah blah blah, there's no sound, I can't get the sound to work, and every single time I come to codes, I do have this. It doesn't matter what I do, I can clear this code now, and you're gonna see that the code disappears. Let me stop that in there. So if I stop the live monitoring, let me see if it comes back straight away, but it usually does. Let me just Is that in there? No, he's not there. Bingo. It's constantly there. And if I go to information, there we go. Okay. And what it does as well is that here? So, possible causes, loudspeaker, impaired functions, audio, tone and sound. And there's somewhere here, I've seen it here somewhere, where it actually tells me perceived sound prerequisites. Yeah, I've done all of this. Yeah, I've done all of this. But there is a procedure here where shows you to test every single. But guys, it was working before. Nothing changed. It's just a different module. I had nothing wrong with short circuits on the lines. I've checked already. I'll take you through because there is. No, I don't want to delete this now. Okay, let's gonna stop the communications and let's gonna do. I'm just gonna show you the test it tells me to do, which I did quickly just to confirm. Forget about that. Okay. Why is not showing? Why does it show me now? Right, let me see if I can show you this test then. There is a thingy. No. Okay, so it doesn't show me here. Okay, let me ignore this. Let me see if I find where it actually shows me all the pinouts on the plugs, on the two plugs, at the top of the amplifier and the tuner, where it shows me to measure against voltage and against ground, every single speaker, to look for shorts. There is no shorts, so the short needs to be inside the module. There's no other way, guys. I know it's a difficult call to make. If I had the old module, I could just plug it in to prove to prove the concept. But yeah, it's pretty much. Oh man, what am I gonna do? Really? Oh man. Why this happens to me? How the hell did I go to that thing earlier? No, not delete. Loudspeaker, possible causes, loudspeaker, might be here actually. It is here. The short circuit, speak it out. The acoustic speaker check is done using the following actuation. The test sound emitted is relatively loud. Yeah, it's not going to do anything because it gets all the sound anyway. No. And I think it's now. There we go. So now it takes me to the plugs, to the two plugs. So where these 14 and 13 is actually power supply. I believe 14 is voltage, 13 is ground. It might be the other way around. And then you have another speaker here, which I'm not sure which speaker is that one, but doesn't matter. And then he asks you to check, as you can see here, he asks you to check grounds against every single speaker, including that one, and then voltage against everything. I get open lines on everything, obviously. It was working before. So if I say yes, now he asks you to check against the other wire. Corrosion not there to the plug connections. How to tune the control unit is the possible causes. I don't know what to say, guys. No, honestly. Oh man, how am I going to tell the guy that this radio is bad? This module is bad? Whew, it's gonna be complicated. Right. Let's see how we're gonna proceed with this. Okay guys, and what was supposed to be a 15 minutes video probably, look at this. This shows you how things actually go sometimes. It's not straightforward. I'm so glad I haven't bought this module, and I could have well bought this module myself, because the guy ended up wanted a brand new module from Mercedes, so I would have gone there myself, pick up the module, give the old one, no problems. But I'm so glad I haven't, because I don't know what Mercedes is going to say now when he tells them that the module is faulty. Are they going to want the car to test themselves? I don't know. These things can be a little bit tricky. But the guy, I'm not going to show you the text message, but the guy is that desperate to give the car back to the owner of the car. So obviously the guy that brought me the car is not the owner of the car. Is the guys that sold the car. And the guy is so there, he wanted me to open the module, and I said, no chance, mate. I'm not going to touch a brand new module. If I touch that module, most likely if Mercedes sees that the module's been touched, they're not going to take it back. So are you crazy? But also for this to show a short circuit when there is no short circuit on the speakers, I can only guess, and this is just my guess, I can only guess that the module has one of the audio amplifiers internally shorted somewhere. I guess, I'm gonna guess, don't know, but yeah, I'm not gonna touch that. Glad I'm not touching it, glad I didn't buy this module. So guys, I don't know what's gonna happen if the car, if it's gonna manage to get the module replaced by Mercedes again, or not again, but you know what I mean, or if Mercedes is gonna tell them we want the car. I don't know what's gonna happen. If Mercedes wants the car, they're gonna charge them more just for that one session than I charge them for all the repairs I've done so far. I can tell you that. Anyway guys, so yeah, I think next time I come back will be either with the other module to install, or to let you know what happened. Okay, and yeah, the phone is gonna be here. Let me try to put this a little bit better. It's gonna just be here because it's on charge and I can't really move it too much. And I only have 38 seconds left of space. Hold on a second. And record. And 49 minutes now, so that should be enough. I'm not gonna be here dwelling for 49 minutes for sure. Right, so guys, as expected, the car had to go back to Mercedes. Not go back, it had to go to Mercedes. Now, just for as a closure for this video, and so you guys can maybe know what happened. So I've considered a few scenarios or a few outcomes for this, and before he picked up the car, I've thought very thoroughly what could happen. As I said, different scenarios, and one of the scenarios I've considered, and I know probably it's just me overthinking things, but I even consider the fact that Mercedes could have well get a car and tell the owner that the module never had to be replaced and that the issue was something else, and they could have still charged him for it, because if it was the module, Mercedes should not charge him for anything, because they sold a faulty module, right? And with that in mind, I've actually had a clip. I'm not going to show you here, or I might do. Why not? I'll just put a clip here. I've actually done a very, very tiny mark on the module, and on a very specific place, as you can see. I don't know if the voice is going to match what you're seeing, but it doesn't really matter. So I made that tiny mark on the module, and I've told the owner. I told, look, there's a mark on this on the module. If they tell you they haven't had to replace the module, bring me the car back, because I would love to see if that's true or not. Because to me, was not really. I mean, I was very, very adamant that it will be a bad module. And guess what? I was right. So the car was booked with the Mercedes for the 25th of April. This was 2 weeks ago nearly. And it was booked in there, and then just this week on Tuesday, the owner, so it says Tuesday in there, which was the 2nd of May. Today is Friday the 5th of May, and the guy sent me that. Really happy. The video that he sent me is this video. It's a little bit longer than what I'm showing you here, but as you can see, everything is working, etc, etc. And indeed the module was replaced. He was not charged for anything. He just dropped the car, they rang him to pick up the car was fixed, and he didn't have to pay anything, which to me just obviously show that my diagnostic was correct, and that Mercedes unfortunately sold a bad module. It can happen, but it also just shows that new doesn't always mean it's good. And I quote new because that module is actually, or those modules are actually refurbished modules, as I believe I mentioned already. So it's not really new. But let's face it, if a module went back to the manufacturer to be repaired and is sent faulty, what kind of quality control does that manufacturer actually has? You know what I mean? It's a little bit, but who knows? Look, it's just what it is. I just thought for a closure purpose, and so you guys know exactly the end of this issue problem, so you guys know what happened, and to share the experience, to share what, you know, just to share. That's it. So we know for the new guys, I think that's it for this video. I think I haven't missed anything, and if I did, guys, you know what to do. So let's gonna wrap up this video and move into the next, actually, Mercedes. Another Mercedes in there for us to work on, which I'm going to do actually after this. So enough for the new guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope you've learned something, whatever. If you do still have any questions or any comments, guys, you know exactly how it works. Just put them below. And like always, thanks for watching.